All right.
All right, 15 questions.
Terrible.
Mhm. Well, are y'all there?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. It's just me. Oh. Okay, so I'm the only one with the camera on.
Yeah, I'm ugly, so.
Well, anyways. Yeah. Are y'all's quizzes open or?
Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah.
Okay. So, question 3. Use the normal probability output to find the combined area under the standard normal curve that is to the right of the z equals 1.358 and to the left of z equals negative 1.358. Okay. Interesting. Well, that's not hard at all. The area is 0.1745. Would you put 1.75, right? Round up.
1.75, yes.
Okay. Question 4. Which of the following will have a smaller standard deviation if 9 observations are randomly drawn from a population?
Put for 3, 1.1745.
One's just 0.175 because it's saying to round in the answer.
Yep. Okay, question 4. So which of the following will have a smaller standard deviation if 9 observations are randomly drawn from a population? The distribution of individual observations or the distribution of the sample means? From what I got, it's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what
I would think that it can't be determined.
I don't think it can be determined. I don't think there's enough information.
Okay, fair enough. Question 5. Which of the following results implies that the spread of x decreases as the sample size increases? So x meaning the sample means. I'm pretty sure is what it means.
The law of large numbers, if I remember from the reading.
Wasn't the whole
the
sample
central
mean
limit
before
theorem.
was the central limit theorem, wasn't it?
I'm pretty sure it's the central limit theorem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like the larger the sample size increases, the more normal the distribution, therefore the more normal the standard deviation. Which also makes the sample more normal. On the next one. Scores on the quantitative portion of the GRE are approximately normally distributed with a mean of 150.8 and a standard deviation of 8.8. Question 6 is asking, Diane earned a score of 160 on the quantitative portion of the GRE. What is the z-score corresponding to Diane's score? Okay. So she is almost one standard deviation away, but it's more like 0.98 or somewhere around there. Let's see. So with this one, I would take 160 and then minus 150.8.
Yeah, right. It's that same equation as in the last one.
Yeah. So what is that again? That's 9.2.
160 minus 150.8.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9.2. But then you have to divide that by the standard deviation divided by squared something.
I don't know. I honestly, I would just take the 9.8 and then divide it by the 8, or 9.2 and divide it by 8.8.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So I get 1.045.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Yeah. But I got
Makes sense because she's a little over a standard deviation away.
So would we put it in as 1.05? Because it's saying
That's a
to,
good question.
or
I think it says
0.1.
that it's 3 decimal places in. I think the 045 should be fine.
So 1.045.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if she'd gotten like a 140 something or other, and it was like negative, then we'd have to put in negative. But she's on the positive side, so that's just fine. All right. Is everybody good with that?
Yeah.
Cool. So, question 7: what is the probability that a randomly selected student will score above 160 on the quantitative portion of the GRE? That one we can just use the normal probability applet. Type that in really fast. Oh,
So what are you putting into the
I
normal
can't hear
probability?
you. You're cutting out like big time.
sorry. I'm using the normal probability applet. I'm
What are
typing.
you putting
I-
into that
I
from
typed
this
in the
question?
z-score of 1.045,
Hello?
Okay. Okay.
and then I'm looking at the area to the right of that.
Okay.
Everyone there?
Yeah.
The area is 0.148.
Yeah. 1.48.
Wait, what?
0.148. Sorry. 0.148.
Sorry, I couldn't hear any of that. My internet like completely cut out.
Sorry. Also, I'm not speaking very clearly. Sorry.
Well,
I'll try and speak more clearly. A random sample of 5 students was selected to take the GRE. Their scores are 160, 175, 163, 149, and 153. What is the z-score corresponding to the sample mean of the students'
What
scores?
question are we on again?
Number 8.
It's asking what the z-score corresponding to the sample mean of these students. So you take the mean, right, of all
Right.
those, and then you find out what the z-score is of it. So I have 800 divided by 5,
Right.
which is 160, which is the same
Yes.
as the other one.
Before.
Wait, the same answer is which one? Or sorry, number 6, right?
As number 7 had 160. Number 6. Yeah, as number 6. So 1.045.
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Somebody got a text. All right. Everybody good? Question number 9.
What did you put for 8?
Oh, it's the same thing as question number 6.
1.045.
Okay.
All right. So question number 9 asks, what is the probability that 5 randomly selected students will have a mean score that is greater than the mean achieved by the students in the previous problem? Example, if the answer is, so it's asking what the probability is. I don't really know what it's asking.
I'm
Is it
confused with this
asking for
question.
the area underneath the curve, or
5 randomly selected students will have a mean score that is greater than the mean achieved by the students in the previous problem. So greater than.
is it the same as question number 7? But now this time it's asking for 4 decimal places.
Yeah, that's different, I think. So.
What did you guys get? My internet went out again.
We haven't gotten anything for question 9 yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what it's asking. But either way, I mean, if it was the same, if it was 0.148, like it's just 0.1480 after
Right. If it was.
that.
I don't know. I'm confused by the question.
7 minus 4 that is greater. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's asking the same thing as question number 7.
I think so. Okay. So just 1.480.
Yeah. Suppose that the mean. Oh, sorry. This is for preparing for 10 and 11. Suppose the mean GPA of BYI students is 3.5 and the standard deviation is 0.7. It is well known that the distribution is left skewed. A random sample of n equals 81 students will be drawn. What is the shape of the sampling distribution of the random variable x, which is sample mean, which represents the sample mean of the 81 students who are selected? It's a large enough sample. I'd say it's approximately normal.
You'd say what?
It's a large enough sample that I'd say it's approximately normal.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
It doesn't really give much information for anything else to give us any indication that it might be left to right skewed. So, cool. What is the mean of the distribution of the sample means for all possible samples of size 81 that could be drawn from the parent population? What's the mean of the distribution?
I don't remember. So do we know what the parent population is though? Because 81 is the sample size.
Right, but what does it mean by parent? Because the population is BYU Idaho students.
Right. Well, we don't have that number, what the population is.
No, but I mean, it's like taking a sample size from the United States. Like, you don't really care how many people are in the United States. You just know that the population is.
What the sample size is. Right. Okay.
So if that's what it means by parent population, then yeah, I suppose it's that. But I'm just not sure what a mean of the distribution of the sample means are. Is that like the mean of everything? So like
What is the
3.5?
mean of the distribution of the sample means? Yeah, 3.5, I think.
I mean, if it's approximately normal, and yeah. Well, actually, let's see here. To be honest, it has to be 3.5 because there isn't enough information for anything else to be known.
Right, that's what I was saying. You just don't have enough information. So just 3.5.
Okay, also, I'm just noticing the information right here says it is well known that this distribution is left skewed.
So the other one should be left skewed as well.
I
10.
think so.
I think it's left skewed because it would be the same. Because if this, it would be the same as the parent. Like it would look the same.
Okay, is that one of the rules?
Yeah.
Okay, so if it's
Number
the
10?
population is skewed, then so is the sample
Right.
size.
Yeah.
Are you on 10 or 11?
Sorry, we went back to 10 because I looked at this again and it said that the distribution is left skewed.
I would say that it's normal.
Okay. I mean, I would invite you to put normal and then you can submit it before us and then let us know. And then 11 was, I think we agreed on 3.5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Question 12. What is the standard deviation of this distribution of sample means for all possible samples of size 81 that could be drawn from the parent population? Okay, I'm kind of confused at what we should be doing here because it seems like they gave us the answer already, but it almost seems like they're expecting something else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and put 0.7. I mean,
How
that
did you
seems
get that?
simple for college. This seems like we're in elementary school, but
How did you think 0.7?
because that's what the standard deviation is of the
Okay.
original one.
Right. Okay.
Question 13. What is the probability that the mean GPA for 81 randomly selected BYU Idaho students will be less than 3.3?
Sorry, what did you guys put for 12?
Oh, we put 0.7.
Okay.
Like, it's almost like copying and pasting from the information part. So 0.7 3.5 minus 3.3 is 0.2, obviously.
Right.
0.2 divided by 0.7 is 0.2857. So that would be about the z-score. Really, it'd be negative 0.28, whatever this is.
So 0.2857, so 0.286 to round.
0.28.
Third.
I'm just gonna put 5.7 for now and then round after. Sorry. So what's the probability that it will be less than 3.3? Seems to me like the probability is 0.3874 or 0.387.
0.387?
Uh-huh. Did y'all understand how I did that?
No, what did you do?
Nope.
So I took the mean, which was 3.5, the
Okay.
GPA, and it's asking what the probability is that it will be less than 3.3.
Okay.
So I subtracted 3.3 from 3.5 and got 0.2,
Right.
which I then divided by the standard deviation, which is 0.7.
Okay.
And then I got technically using the z-score would be 2.2857.
Okay.
Entering that in to the normal probability applet, I used the area to find the probability.
Okay.
And the area was 0.3874, which rounding is 0.387.
Right. Okay.
Question 14 says, what is the probability that the mean GPA for 81 randomly selected BYU Idaho students will be greater than 3.3? Now, this is the opposite. So we could either use simple math or...
Wait, so did you get 0.387 for question 13 or 14?
13,
13.
like similarly, and I got 0.005.
I didn't hear
So
you very
for
well.
14, it would be the opposite of 13, which is 0.6126 or...
Wait, so 13 is 0.2857.
No, 13 was 0.387.
Okay.
Oh, I did the same thing, and I got 0.005.
What was that? Like, how'd you do it?
Hold on, let me find my way. Oh, no. So it won't just around. My internet is so bad. Like,
Guys,
my
I
internet.
stayed up all last night till 6 in the morning watching Netflix. I'm so tired. My mind does not work.
So are we on question 14 now?
Yep. Whatever you want. Yeah, we could be on 14 if you want. So it's asking what the probability will be greater than 3.3, which is the opposite of 13. So you literally all you have to do is take 1 minus 0.387.
Okay.
And I got 0.613.
0.613.
I mean, you can do the math yourself, but I'm pretty sure it's self-explanatory. All right, question 15. The United States Coast Guard assumes the mean weight of passengers in the commercial boats is 185 pounds. I wish. Ugh, what I'd give to be 185. The previous value was lower, but raised after a tragic boating accident. The standard deviation of the passenger weight is 26.7 pounds. The weights of random sample of 48 commercial boat passengers were recorded. The sample mean was determined to be 177.6 pounds. Interesting. Find the probability that a random sample of passengers will have a weight that is extreme or more extreme, either above or below, than was observed in the sample. So I really like this because this is a good real life situation of what we're learning. Because normally it's 185, but the sample says otherwise.
Right.
Which is really cool. So, so really the only numbers that matter are 177.6 pounds and then the standard deviation of 26.7 pounds. Wait, this isn't. Wait, above or below? Okay, what's it asking? Random sample.
Probability for random sample of passengers.
No, but it's asking what the probability is of having it above or below the mean.
Right.
than was observed in the sample.
Mm-hmm.
So what's it asking? Like just for above 185 or
Above and below.
which is everything. So wouldn't that be 1? You know what I mean? Like that's not a very
Right,
specific question. No, as extreme or more extreme means that we are not only interested in the values that are lower than the ones we observed, but also the values that are far away from the mean as r's in the positive direction. So what's it asking? Or more extreme means that we're not interested. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's asking everything below 177.6 and
Okay.
everything above 185.
Okay, that makes more sense.
I don't know, but that's what I'm assuming right now. Because also in the note it says, but also the values that are as far away from the mean as ours in the positive direction. You could go infinite with that. Like that's not very specific.
Right.
Either way, let's go ahead and start with below 177.6. So dumb. So 185 minus 177.6 equals 7.4 divided by 26.7. That's equal to 0.277 in the negative direction. So let's go ahead and put that in for the z-score.
Okay.
0.277. The negative direction. So in the negative direction, it's 39.1%.
39. Right. 0.39.
Okay, but in the positive direction, oh shoot, that's going to be different.